the new setup, they will not place order. They will only float a tender. What is called RFP in their language, request for proposal. In that, Ambani will also participate, Adani will also participate, Tata will participate, these 7 corporations also will participate. It is a known fact who will get the order. Definitely ordnance factories will not get the order. And what will be the next step? The industry will become sick. I will only quote one more incident. One Lieutenant General Shankar, who is working in IIT Madras as a professor or something like that. This gentleman has written an article giving all wrong type of information, abusing the ordnance factories. It was published in Indian Express. I issued a liar notice. That you should stop writing in future like this, and you should tender an apology, otherwise we will file a defamation case. Indian Express published our rebuttal. They have published our rebuttal, and this gentleman subsequently stopped writing these type of articles. So therefore, this is a planned conspiracy, not only against ordnance factories. These type of conspiracies are against governments, railways. Against railways, there is a conspiracy, always abusing the railways. Against public sector, banks, public sector insurance. Nothing is spared in this country. These are all planned conspiracies which we, the trade unions and the employees, have to properly counter.
Corporatization is not new to India. Prasar Bharati was corporatized, Mint factories were corporatized, BSNL was corporatized. All the employees in defense are very panic when the corporatization was announced. Why you are so panic?
We are really not panic. But then we know the writing on the wall. Now what is BSNL? What is its fate today? BSNL also even today is a 100% government owned entity. But where does it stand? 80,000 employees have taken voluntary retirement and gone. Months together the employees and the contract laborers are not getting salary. And the government is not giving any support, any technological support to the BSNL. And the BSNL is already getting ruined. And the trade unions of BSNL employees are already in a struggle path. Now coming to SPMCIL, about the Mint, what you have asked me. The Mint also, even though there is a specific written agreement which was made during the UPA government one, when Mr. Chidambaram was the finance minister, of course that government was supported by 64 left MPs. And because of their influence, a categorical agreement has been reached that full work will be provided for these Mint presses and no press will be privatized. With that agreement only the employees have agreed this. But after that agreement, what happened? Reserve Bank of India has opened 2 new printing press with public-private participation model. Mint is there, but where is the growth? Mint workers have given agitation notice because there is no work for them. There is one mint in Hyderabad. That mint is supposed to print coins, all types of coins required for the country, including medals. You all will be surprised to know today the major customer of that mint press is Lord Balaji. Lord Tirupati Balaji is the main customer. Whatever gold jewelries or whatever silver they are getting in the hundi as a donation from the people who go there, all these jewelries are given only to this particular press, because there they have got the facility to clean the gold and then make it as gold bars or gold coins with the Balaji's portrait encrypted in that. So they are one of the major customers. The Tirupati Balaji is one of the major customer for this mint. But today, because of COVID-19 crisis, pilgrimage number visiting the Tirupati has considerably come down. Naturally, the pilgrims donating gold, silver has also come down. So they are struggling without workload because Balaji, the main customer, is not able to provide them workload. And coming to Prasar Bharati, again, an act was passed in the parliament by merging the All India Radio and the Doordarshan and calling it as the Broadcasting Corporation of India Limited Act. There a protection was given to the employees that till their superannuation, they all will remain as government employees. But here in the case of ordnance factories, first of all, as all of us know, corporatization is the first step of privatization. And the present government has categorically declared that in strategic sector, there will be only 4 PSUs. Defense is a strategic sector. And all of you know there are already 9 PSUs in defense. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, Bharat Electronics Limited, BEL, Bharat Dynamics Limited, BDL, Midani, Goa Shipyard, Garden Reach, Mazagan Dockyard, Hindustan Shipyard, all these are defense PSUs. BEML, Bharat Earth Movers Limited. Now the government say only 4 will remain, and BEML is already going to be sold. Almost it is sold. Now officially they are going to declare BEML is completely privatized. Now if only 4 will remain, already 9 plus this 6, 15. Out of this 15, which 4 will remain? Who knows? Nobody knows. And since it has now become a corporation, the customer, the Army, Navy and Air Force, they are not, it is not mandatory for them to place the orders on these corporations. These corporations have to compete with the private sector. And private sector, you know, cutthroat competition because they don't keep any permanent employees. Their 90% employees are contract employees. Total exploitation. They compromise in the quality of the products. And their cost will be always less when compared to these 7. That is why we call these non-viable corporations. Why we are calling this as non-viable? Because even the same government before the Parliamentary Standing Committee has told that it is not possible for the government to convert the ordnance factories into a corporation because ordnance factories are not commercial entities. Ordnance factories have to maintain war reserve, idle capacity to boost up the production in case of any emergent situation. So ideally, ordnance factories have to remain with the government only. Now, BSNL, you have quoted, BSNL is a commercial industry. People like us, we support public sector like that, almost 10 crore customers BSNL is having. Because government is not supporting BSNL, government is not giving the latest technology, BSNL is struggling. But customers are still there. Whereas in our case, who is the customer? There is only one customer. And that customer is the armed forces. And if they doesn't place order, they will be finished. And in the new setup, they will not place order. They will only float a tender. What is called RFP in their language. Request for proposal. In that, Ambani will also participate. Adani will also participate. Tata will participate. These 7 corporations also will participate. It is a known fact who will get the order. Definitely ordnance factories will not get the order. And what will be the next step? The industry will become sick. Once the industry will become sick, there are only 2 options. Either it is to be closed or it is to be privatized. And that is why the ordnance factory employees in a referendum held by us in the 41 ordnance factories, 99.4% of the employees have voted against corporatization. It is not panicky, it is the reality, it is the fact.
Has the government given any guarantee to the employees? 80,000 employees are there in defense, of course. Has the government given any guarantee for their job security, for their future benefits, pension benefits, and other things?
Government, you see, in the cabinet, what they have decided is for 2 years, all these 76,000 employees will be on deemed deputation. Government has given us to these 7 corporations. And during this 2-year period, whatever your service conditions are there as a defense civilian employee, as a central government employee, that will be protected. In between these 2 years, the corporations have to frame the pay scale, service conditions, career progression, pensionary benefit, social security, medical facilities, and all those things. And then an option will be given to the employee whether you want to get absorbed in the corporation or you want to remain as a government employee. If I give an option, then I become the corporation employee, whatever happens, happens. Suppose if I say that I don't want to become a corporation employee, I am recruited as a government employee, I want to retire as a government employee, I have got every right to say that. Then your name will be shifted to surplus cell and they will search for a job for you. If you get a job, it's okay, otherwise they will say you take voluntary retirement and get out. And majority of the employees are technical workers. They are all ITA holders, apprentices in different trades, turner, miller, grinder, electrician, carpenter, mason, millwright, tailor, and what chemical process worker. All these employees, where they will go? In the central government, there are only 2 industrial establishments. One is railways and another is defense. Now railways also, all of us know what is the fate of railways. All the production units like Integral Coach Factory, Perambur, Rail Coach Factory, Kapurthala, government has already taken a decision to corporatize all these production units, and the railway very fastly they are privatizing. So why railways will take these 76,000 employees? So therefore, all these are drama that your service is protected and all. Now not even 10 days completed. The general managers of these 41 companies are telling, I am not having money to pay next month's salary for you. Medical claims are not being passed. Our working hours is 44 and 3/4 in a week. Monday to Friday 8 hours and Saturday half a day. Now one of the corporation has issued an order, now you have to work 48 hours. Not even 10 days completed. Abruptly they are doing all these things. So therefore, whatever government is claiming that all your service will be protected and all is total eyewash. It has got no meaning. And that is why we have challenged the decision in the court of law. Whatever they want to say, let them come and tell before the court. Then we will see.
Achha, thank you, comrade. Not only the 80,000 employees' lives are at risk, we are concerned about the 130 crore people of this country. Because once it is corporatized and it is privatized, all the Indian people are going to be at risk because they have to depend on the private manufacturer for ammunition and other things. So we wish you, on behalf of our Voice for Public Sector YouTube channel, all your struggle a great success, comrade. Thank you very much.
I only appeal through this channel, the people of the country, a situation should not happen that our poor soldier, our poor Jawan should not stand with a begging bowl before Ambanis and Adanis for protecting this country. This is my only last message.
Thank you, comrade.
Thank you. Thank you so much.